All right, today we're going to be making some ground beef for tacos. Should be pretty simple. Going to put these in taquitos, I think. So we're going to start with this is a 1.2 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. I have my cast iron here. I put a tiny bit of vegetable oil in there, canola oil, just enough to coat the bottom. Uh, get some heat on there. Should be pretty easy. I'm gonna be lazy and use some pre-made taco seasoning, which super easy to make at home if you don't want to spend money on this. I'm sure you already have all the spices at your house anyway. Regardless, I'm gonna use this. Should be super simple. You can literally read the directions off of here. I'll read them to you. Large skillet, bang. You're going to fill it with a pound. We're going to use 1.2 pounds. This is getting really hot. Cook it up. You can drain the fat off if you want. Then you're going to add this. Well, you're going to add a third cup of water. Your seasoning. Bing, bang, boom. You're done. Taco meat. Um, so, yeah, let's get started. So, I'm going to open this meat up. A little knife here. Wow, this is smoking. I'm just going to brown it. Throw that old bad boy in there. Sorry if that's loud. Gonna let that cook. I'm gonna wash my hands over here real quick. It shouldn't take that long to cook. It's really hot. It's really smoking. Yeah. Cook that up. I don't have a ground beef masher. I don't know what you call it. So, I'm gonna use this. If you know what this is for, let us know. We both have these exact same things, and we don't really know why you use these. But anyway, get in there, mash her on up. You're just trying to separate out the ground beef so it's not like a giant gelatinous piece. As you can kind of see here, I'm trying to break this up a bit. So just mash, mash, mash. Flip it over every now and then so it cooks a little more evenly, you know. Ooh, fancy with the light. But you're just going to mash, 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 mash. Let it cook. I'm gonna render out some of that fat. Again, this is 80/20, so it's pretty fatty, which is fine. It's going, like I said, into, I don't know if I said that actually. It's going into taquitos or empanadas or something along those lines. So gonna let this cook a bit. Then we'll come back. As you can see, the beef is cooking down. There's a ton of fat rendering off. I probably used too much oil, honestly. But we're gonna let this continue to cook, and then I'll be back. All right, the beef is cooking still. Like I showed you, a lot of fat in here. I'm just going to kind of push it to a side. Let me get a plate or a bowl. I'm gonna push it to one side. Hello? Push it to one side, and then I'm gonna grab some paper towels. Kind of just soak this up. This is probably not the best way to do it. In fact, I know it's not the best way to do it, but I don't feel like draining this pan into, like, through a colander or strainer. So just gonna want to mash it in there. Try to not pick up beef if possible. If you have a gas stove like me, you're gonna have oil on this now, the paper towel. So try to not start an oil fire and drip it into the flames. I'm gonna put it in this bowl here because it's very hot. Could honestly use some more. You can leave some fat in there for sure. It will probably help with the flavor, but this is putting off a lot, and we're gonna add water for the taco seasoning anyway, so I don't think moisture is gonna be an issue. Ow. Ow. This is very hot. But yeah, you can leave it in there for sure. If you're using more lean beef or meat anyway, you're not going to have this problem. So I think that's enough taken out. This is looking pretty browned. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Keep mashing here. And then I'll come back to you guys and show you what it's looking like. And then we'll add the taco seasoning and then we'll pretty much be done. Very easy recipe. Now that Jerry's gone, I gotta fill in and I am not a professional chef. All right, you can hear this beef is sizzling up here. Sorry, this light makes it look crazy, but I'm not getting too harsh of a brown on it, honestly. You can go a little more. I want it to still be a little bit under. Not under, but not super well done because it will probably, it's going to get heated up again for a party on Saturday. It is currently Wednesday night. So, just cut the heat to it for now. Let it cool down a bit. And then we'll throw in this taco seasoning and go from there. All right. While that beef comes down a bit, we're going to do the taco seasoning. So again, you can just refer to the directions. This says add a 1/3 cup of water and 1 pouch of seasoning and stir. So we're going to do a 1/3 cup of water. It's kind of, you know, go to your sink, not the hardest thing. It's about a 1/3 cup. Boom. Put that in there. We're going to use our beautiful taco seasoning here. I don't know if you can even see that. Boom. Put this whole thing in there. It's probably going to be a little chunky. I feel these are always kind of chunky. You know, like I said, not really rocket science here. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to stir it up. I'm going to whisk it. Try to get it incorporated as much as you can. It's not going to be perfect. Whisk that bad boy up. Okay. Now that that's ready to go, our very hard to make taco seasoning mix pouch. Bring the heat back. That's way too much heat. Put it on low. Going to take this lovely little paste we made here. Try to get as much as you can. Add it right on in there. Looks delicious. Honestly, it's probably gonna be really good, but it does look kind of gross. Looks a little bit like baby poop. If you have one of these, like, I don't know, rubber spatulas, that's probably helpful because this is sticking. You probably could have did this right in the beef, but I wanted to show you guys how beautiful it looks. So now that that's going, throw this right in the sink. Just gonna stir this in here. Oh yeah, we got our good old mix in here. Just gonna obviously want to incorporate it in. Get everything covered. It looks like sloppy Joe meat, which honestly isn't bad. Get it all in there so it's all more or less the same color. You can still mash it too. I still got some chunks in there, but it's all right. Gonna stir in there real nice. Get it going. And yeah, you did it. You made yourself some taco meats. I'm really proud of you guys. This is quite the journey for us, making some episodes without Janah. Just doing our own thing while he was being a good dad. Got to appreciate that. We'll have some more episodes coming out finally. I've been super lazy and backed up with editing, so that's on me. But yeah, our first episode, we did it. We did it. Yeah, taco meat. Not much to say. Obviously, you can grab yourself a little spoon. This is a very long spoon. Give her a little taste. It's going to be very hot. I'm taking it out of a cast iron pan. So, if I scream or something, you know, it is what it is. It's good, as to be expected. Making this for a little Cinco de Mayo party, so I'll probably hit it with some Taco Bell hot sauce. Probably not add a ton more, maybe some refried beans. But going for that Taco Bell slop feel, so don't want to get too fancy with it. But yeah, this was a test of me filming by myself at my house, which is strange. But yeah, hopefully we'll get back to the regular stuff soon. If you like the video, comment, subscribe, like it, share it with your friends. You can see more really hard recipes like putting taco seasoning into a fucking cup and then putting it into the beef only on this channel. So see you in the next one. Bye.